Gamer GTA Race another Sims 4 video tutorial today. I'm extremely late to this. I do know that for a fact, and I should have done this right after Enchanted by Nature released, which was the expansion pack, obviously. Of course. I usually do guides on how to use cheats to turn your sim into an occult, and I have yet to do it for fairies. So here is my tutorial and the cheat code, which I will leave in the description below, to turn your sim into a fairy using cheats. I've already did a guide on how to do it the natural way, but here is the process of actually doing it without using the boring process. You can just use cheats to do so. Now, like with any other occult type in The Sims 4, you will need the required expansion pack or game pack. In this case, it's an expansion pack this time, so you're going to need the Enchanted by Nature expansion pack in order to have access to fairies and their abilities. So, yeah. Now, the traditional rule of thumb for most of these occults, with spellcasters being the exception, is that the cheat code is mostly going to remain the same. It's going to start with traits, .equip, underscore trait, space trait, underscore occult, no space, and then whatever occult type you want. So, normally, I'm going to go ahead and do werewolf as an example because I do have werewolves. Obviously, you know this. So, as you can see, that worked. That's the traditional way of turning your sim into an occult type. So, I've just turned him into a werewolf, as you can see. But that was my previous occult guide type for this series. So, fairies are the new additions, so we're going to go ahead and remove his werewolfiness by replacing the word equip with remove, and that's the only difference we're going to make here. So, yeah. Now, something you should also know is that you do not need to use testing cheats. Testing cheats is the command to actually enable all cheats, and this will remove your ability to gain trophies or achievements. You do not need to use this command. You can do this without using that, so you can still turn your sim into an occult type without worrying about using the testing sheets command center, and you do not have to worry about losing the ability to actually earn trophies and achievements during that save, or during the save that you're currently playing with. So that's a huge benefit. The only thing that you're going to need to use testing cheats for is if you're trying to use cheats to rank them up, use the ability cheat codes to actually increase their rank and their experience. That's literally what you need that for. Just turn them into an occult type, though. You do not need to use the testing sheets command. So that's another thing I want to go ahead and tell you. It saves you a lot of time, and you don't have to worry about that. So the code to turn your sim into a fairy is traits.equip underscore trait space trait underscore occult fairy. Now, the big difference here is you don't want to just leave occult fairy because it will not work. You're going to have to put underscore all ages. And then once you have that all down, bingo exam. He is a fairy now, as you can see. That is the fairy plum bob, and I'm going to go ahead and say this right now. The fairy plum bob just fits perfectly. It's one of my favorite ones. And similarly to the werewolf plum bob, it doesn't have an inside. As you can see, there is no inside design. So if you were trying to look through the plum bob type and have that experience, well, that's why. So yeah. So as you can see, he's a fairy now. I love this. I love the fairy needs panel design. Really well made. Now, here's the thing with using cheats to turn your sim into a fairy. They will not have any wings. Instead, I guess EA knew this because they wanted to leave this for a design choice. If you use cheat codes to turn your sim into a fairy like this, you can go to create a sim and you can give them your own wings. So you can literally give them the wings that you want, that you think that fits their personality. And you can be really creative too. So it's a really well designed choice for EA, and I think they did a great job doing this because they knew that you're going to want to choose uh, their own wings for this case. Uh, so that's pretty cool. That's pretty neat. I really, really, really like that design choice. Um, so amazing, absolutely amazing, guys. Uh, Now, similarly to uh, actually turning them into a fairy, if you don't want them to be a fairy anymore, you can just replace the word equip with remove, and that's literally all you do. Uh, Now, this is a bit off topic, but I want to just go ahead and tell you this anyway because I think it's worth noting. Uh, do not ever, and I repeat, do not ever turn your sim into a fairy, spellcaster, and werewolf hybrid. Uh, it is very, 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 very broken. I had originally thought that spellcaster werewolf hybrid was terrible. No. Uh, Fairy spellcaster uh, and werewolf hybrid is even worse. So do not do that. Um, Especially a spellcaster fairy hybrid. I've seen these weird animations where their hand, like where the Sim's hands become disjointed and they become like misaligned. Like it's terrifying. Like your Sim basically becomes Slender Man. Like it's terrifying, guys. It really is. Uh, but yeah, that's all for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Uh, I will do a guide in ranking all the fairy abilities as well in a separate video. So if you want me to do that, I will. I will gladly do it. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video. See you guys next one. Peace out.